Hi, my name's Janine Burrows and I'm here doing an interview with High Life North. My journey as an artist has been long and winding. I graduated from college when I was in my early 20s. I studied surface pattern and printed textiles, and I thought that was the direction I would be going in, which did involve a lot of creativity, a lot of painting and design skills. And I've always painted throughout that journey. Even as a child, I always painted. I always had a paintbrush in my hand. I always loved being creative, just trying lots of different things. 2020 hit and we went into lockdown and all my freelance projects stopped. Everything. So for the last 18 months I've been painting every day and I couldn't be happier. For me it was that opportunity to pursue what I should be doing, not what I thought I should be doing. So Sense of Place came about from, I had an initial little collection of work here at the Biscuit factory last year, which was really successful, all based on Northumberland. So there's over 40 framed pieces, and then within that a collection of plates and other handmade houses as well. So it's not just about the painting, it's about other little collectible little pieces as well. So as well as the painted pieces, also worked on these little huts. So a lot inspired by the huts that are along this coastline, pubs that we've visited, even the little cottages or places that we've stayed as well. That's very much what they're inspired by. And then the plates, as I mentioned before, about Alfred Wallace and how he worked on kind of found things, not necessarily your usual canvases. So I started painting on plates. Plates just picked up from the charity shops, but quite unusual shapes, and it just commands a different way of working on those as well. So it's a bit more pared back, a bit more simple, but again echoing some of those Northumberland kind of sayings and little icons. We've always had such a strong connection, so very much the people, but some of the places as well. Like I said, just that sense of belonging. So particularly places like Corbridge, that many people won't even know exist, but it's just got everything that you need. It's got a strong community, it's got history, it's got the most amazing places to stay and shop and just engross yourself in being creative within these small places. But I think Almouth is kind of like top of my list. So along that Northumberland coast with the dunes, sands and the estuary, so you've got boats, dreamy houses, fantastic pubs and just amazing walks as well. So it's really hard not to be inspired by such a beautiful landscape as well. So definitely got my heart. I think the scene, the creative scene in the North East is just so diverse. You've got everything and it's just so engaging as well. It doesn't feel like it's got a pomp or ceremony behind it. It's very much about for the people, art for the people. When you look at what Anthony Gormley's done for the area, and that a huge attraction as well. So yeah, I just find it really engaging and heartwarming to see that arts is very much well represented in the area. But this piece is entitled Calm Amongst the Chaos. I think very much inspired by the last 18 months and all the craziness that we've been going through and that longing to get to the coast where we knew it would be calm and peaceful. So I generally work with mixed media. Mixed media could just mean anything, couldn't it? But I generally use acrylics, emulsions, a little bit of gouache, pencil and pastel to create all the textures that are in there. So mixing colours from those pieces, and I've always enjoyed exploring colour and the emotions that it can evoke as well. So this is quite a soothing kind of palette, but then I like adding like pops of stronger colours in there as well. So like the hot pinks, that strong turquoise that's in there as well. But a lot of my work is predominantly about building layers and textures, often with quite an area of flat colour to kind of contrast against the more textured kind of elements as well. Yeah, the Biscuit factory, it's funny, isn't it? Because you always hear about these places and it's always kind of aspirational. So to be here is very much, I don't want to sound corny, but it is like a dream come true. Raoul Dufy and like some of the old classics really kind of inspired me. Mark Rothko for his mark making and his colours. Alfred Wallace for his, I don't know, like his ingenuity for somebody that had very little. He gave so much to the creative scene and painted on anything he could find. So that's very much where the plate painting has been inspired by. So just finding other resources to work on, not just a canvas or a piece of wood, but looking at what else is to hand. So, and it gives you a different kind of challenge as a creative as well. So my ultimate career ambition, I think this is it. I think just being in spaces like this and making these kind of relationships and connecting with the creative community is all I could have ever asked for. If you'd have said to me 18 months ago, you'll be leading this exhibition at the Biscuit Factory, I would have just probably laughed. But basically, it's one of our favourite walks. So if we're walking from Almas, we'll come down the side of the golf club and walk along the beach near Foxton, up to Seaton Point, passing all the amazing little huts that are hidden along their dream locations. So one day we might have one of those places. And then hopping over the hill down to Bulmer, to the Fishing Boat Inn and a steak and ale pie, which would be absolutely delicious. So that's kind of that dream journey. That's what we were longing for throughout lockdown. So, and that's very much a lot of the work, this body of work is very much about celebrating that, longing for Northumberland through that time. I would say to anybody that's wanted to pursue a career in art, I think it's kind of just working your way through it, and the more work that you do, the more confident I think you become, and showing people, interacting with people, approaching galleries, approaching different studios, and just generally having that chat and conversation about it. And I think the key is to just keep exploring and trying things. You know, if you're interested in something, like a gallery is a great place to start as well, by seeing what other people have done and looking at the history of their path and their journey and what they've been on. And I don't know, the ways that you can tap into that can bring your creativity through as well. So I honestly give anything a go.